Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Brooklyn Nets signing James Johnson and bringing back Bruce Brown as well as our man Blake Griffin. So let's get into it. I made my grade 1 video yesterday and I made like 15 videos on the signings yesterday. It was crazy. Let me hear your comments down below. What do you guys think of this? So basically, these are the transactions so far this offseason the Nets have done, the players that they've brought in. They've brought in Javon Carter, Blake Griffin, James Johnson, Bruce Brown, and they've gotten rid of Landry Shamet. Now, free agents Mike James, Chris Chioza aren't coming back, and it looks like Reggie Perry, he did actually get I believe it was either a qualifying offer or a tag or something like that. So he's definitely coming back. Jeff Green isn't coming back, and they brought in Cameron Thomas as one of their draft picks. So we sit here, and I think I like this. And Spencer did what he's gone. So bring back Bruce Brown, that Swiss Army knife, the jack of all trades shooting guard, that his weakest skill is 3-point shooting, but he's still such a great slasher, and he's a great defender. He legitimately can guard all 5 positions. I'm not saying he can guard, every center, but he can guard some of the perimeter-based centers. Now, I really like this roster. You could say their weakest position is the backup ball handler, because if you look at this, Bruce Brown can be a secondary ball handler. James Johnson isn't a terrible ball handler. Like, Blake Griffin and James Johnson both can pass for being, they're both I wouldn't say they're stretch fours, because neither of them are like 40% 3-point shooters, but, they're like going to be 33 to 37% 3-point shooters. James Johnson had a great year with the New Orleans Pelicans. I thought James Johnson was one of my favorite players to watch on when he went to the Pelicans after playing for the Mavericks, and he averaged with the Pelicans 25 minutes a game, 9.2 points, 43.4% from the field. Yes, 26% from 3, 4.1 rebounds, 2.5 assists, about a steal and a block a game. It was great. And I think and those numbers, there was a stretch where James Johnson, for like the first 2 weeks when he joined the Pelicans, he was almost averaging like 20 points, like a double-double, and like he had great shooting splits. And I really think he could have a similar stretch, like similar season as he did in 2019 for the Timberwolves and Heat for this Nets team, where he is between 37% from 3 and 45% from the field, getting you maybe 10 to 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, getting a block and steal a game. I think that'd be incredible. Like, he was great for the Timberwolves, averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, and 1.4 steals a game in 14 games. So I'm just saying, like, I really do enjoy James Johnson. I think that was a really good signing on their part. They get a player that is going to come in and go all out. Like, there's not going to be as many players in the league who go as hard as James Johnson does. Yes, I think it's something he's done in his career, like, now that he's just been a guy who hustles. He has a lot of hustle. He always hustles, and he's always trying to do what's best for his team, you got to love guys like that. I don't think there's anybody in the league, any coach in the league, who doesn't like that. And he's perfect, because now if they can move off of our man DeAndre Jordan's contract, can someone explain, they never put an injury report for DeAndre Jordan. Was he just a DMP? Did they just not play him because he was that terrible? Literally all playoffs and at the end of the season, I was trying to see, I was like, why is he just in street clothes? Like, is he hurt, or is it just because he's that bad? But then I saw he had these like mega knee braces on. So I really think the idea is James Johnson, Blake Griffin, the fours, backup fours, and small ball fives, and Elise Johnson and Nicholas Claxton are going to be the center. Like, Johnson, Griffin, Claxton, and Elise Johnson will all be rotating, and I think they're gonna probably buy out DeAndre Jordan and just find a team who's gonna be willing, that they can maybe throw a few second-round picks and just get rid of the money. I'm surprised they didn't do that with Landry Shamet, and maybe they'll do it with Elise Johnson. I don't know. It could be anything. It's just I really like this. I think the thing is they should go out and get a guy like Ishmael. That's why I was surprised they were getting rid of. They did not try. Like they didn't put a cap hold on Mike James. That surprised me. I thought they were going to keep Mike James. I thought they liked Mike James. So for me, I was just like, wow. All right, that's not what I expected. But hey, I'm not the one who, that's not my decision. If I was them, I'd look at. I really like Ish Smith for them. I'm a huge Ish Smith guy. There's other people they could bring in. Jeff Teague. I think there's so many players that they could bring in. I think the thing is the problem is that when you look at this, you think, oh, who's gonna be there? There's Dennis Schroeder, but I think too expensive. Reggie Jackson's going to be too expensive at this point. I think he's definitely earned a pay raise from like his contract last year. So it's raised his price tag to the point where I don't think the Knicks can bring him. That's why I think, not the Knicks, the Nets can bring him in. That's why I think that Ish Smith, maybe Patty Mills, but Patty Mills, I think he'll go back to San Antonio. There's Alfred Payton. He's not a good shooter, but he's got good quickness and floor vision. Feisty defender, but he lose shooting. Raul Neto, I think he showed that he also deserves a pay raise this past year. He shot 39% from three and had like a steal and a half a game, put up career high numbers in points and assists. And yes, he's undersized, but he's tenacious and he's limited athletically, but he can hit that shot. So yeah, I think if they look out here, if they want to upgrade from Mike James, it's going to be Jeff Teague, Raul Neto, Alfred Payton, Patty Mills, Ish Smith as the realistic. If they could somehow finagle Reggie Jackson to take a pay cut, that'd be good. But besides that, yeah, I doubt they can get anyone else. Let me hear your thoughts down below, guys. Like and subscribe.